Hey guys, today I am going to be sharing my thoughts on all the products I featured in a haul video a year ago. To let you know my current thoughts on these products, I do have quite a bit of stuff here, including things that I purchased and things that I received in PR. So first, starting with some things I had purchased from Ulta, I had gotten the Bioma Hydrating Milky Toner, and I haven't really tried other milky toners. I know that they have been super popular for the past year or two, year and a half or so. And I am using this right now, as you can see by my markings, and I do enjoy this. I will basically use this at night before applying my serum, and I think it does give some extra hydration. I know that there are so many content creators that have made different comparisons to other milky toners. I have a few others, but I just haven't tried them yet. They seem to last forever. So I do think that this is nice to give hydration, but I definitely would use this different than my other toners. I like toners during the day. They're a little bit more stripping. I think that's nice for my oily skin. Stripping's not the right word, but you know what I mean. More of a traditional toner. But I do think that this one is really nice, and it seems like most people really love this one as well. So definitely would recommend that. Then also from Ulta, I had gotten the Half Magic Glitter Puck in Dopamine Sparkle, and it's so funny because this month I bought it on sale again because I think it was their like spring summer sale event thing. And what's so funny is that I just bought their newest shade that they came out with. So this is my favorite of the three. You guys know I love these type of like shimmery champagne-y pinks, and this is so stunning. This is a really interesting formula. It feels very thin to the touch, and you can wear this a little bit more sheer, or you can build it up if you put it over a cream shadow, which is what I tend to do. And it's a ton of product, and mine has fallen out, so I probably would recommend keeping this to just keep it all secure. But I do think this is a really nice product. I do enjoy it. I think it's very special and a lot of product for the money. But Half Magic does go on sale from time to time at Ulta, so definitely hold out. Then I had gotten the Juvia's Place Liquid Blush in Soft Tulip Glow. They do have a version of their blushes that don't have shimmer. This one obviously does. And I got this to be a alternative to the NARS Afterglow Liquid Blush in Orgasm. I had a sample and it was so gorgeous. I absolutely loved it, but I've heard actually pretty bad things about that formula. That's just a little bit more sheer. So this was a very similar color, but much more pigmented. It has that nice large doe foot applicator, but that's a standard shape, which to me means that it actually works, but you only need a small amount of this. It gives a gorgeous glow, great pigmentation. This is something that I definitely do recommend. I'm very happy to have, and this one is a little bit warmer. I picked up two shades at the time, one that was also a little bit more pink, and I wasn't sure which color that I liked best, so I swatched them both in store. But luckily I was able to figure out without having to try the both of them. So I do recommend this one. It's gonna last you forever. Then I had gotten two of the Anastasia eye primer because they had buy one get one free for the travel size products, and this is the only size that ABH sells, but it's considered a travel size. It has 7 ml or 0.24 fluid ounces, so these last forever. I am using a different eye primer right now, the one from P. Louise. This is better because that one creases on my lids. I just blend it out and then set, and it's perfect. But this is so nice. The only complaint I have about this is that it is an ivory color, so it works great for my skin tone. But if you do have a tan skin tone, medium skin tone, it's gonna end up looking white on you, which would be great under a pastel or a bright eyeshadow. But I wish they made this in different shades because I think the formula is amazing because it does help cancel out the coloring on my lids, but it doesn't feel heavy and cakey like a concealer, and it doesn't crease. So this is my holy grail. I did not buy some this year because I actually have, I think, 4 of these right now because I had the 2 from last year. My friend Amanda gave me hers, and then I got one in an Ulta free gift because ABH is so generous with their mini sizes. Like they're pretty big compared to other brands, and they have great Ulta free gifts all the time from ABH. So I'm stocked up, but if I wasn't, I would buy it. Then I had gotten, we're just going to be miscellaneous here. I got one thing at TJ Maxx. This is the Pat McGrath palette from a couple holidays back called Bordeaux Bliss. Girl, this is so good. All of these shades are shimmer. This one's like a matte with glitter, which you guys know I hate, but the colors are so beautiful. I mean, I definitely love this middle shade best, but this is really pretty as well. Just a great palette, great quality. I got it for an awesome price, so happy to have that. I got a couple things from TikTok Shop. Tarte did a live. This was my first time buying from a TikTok Shop live. It's so good. It's like QVC, and I've gotten some really good deals, so it's fantastic. And I think that I got these like half off. These are two of these Sigma cream blushes. My packaging must have gotten wet or something, and it chipped and has like bubbles on it. It's very weird, and it's ugly to look at. But I got two of the cream blushes. I'd already tried one of the 4 that they sell and loved it. So I decided to get the other 2 shades I was interested in, Pashmina and Coral Dawn. Very, very similar. I could have done without these. I think this is a good formula. It is pretty creamy. It's not quite as balmy as Tower 28, but it stays creamy. It does not set down. But I do think that they're easy to work with. They're pretty colors. They definitely should expand their shade range because they're all like the same warm shade. It goes with their Corte Rosa blush palette really nicely. All 4 colors do, but they should add some pinks and mauves. But I just love Sigma so much. I want to, you know, try everything from them. This is something I'm going to be keeping, but you don't need. Then I got, this was so exciting because I have all of the RMS Redimension Hydra Powder blushes, and then they had come out with this newer shade Bermuda Rose, and I was able to snag it, and this is a really beautiful color. I really like this formula. I do not like baked gelée products, but I don't mind with a blush because I use a dense angled blush brush and it picks it up perfectly. Really beautiful blue, pink, but not too pale. Really do recommend this. I love those blushes. And then MAC had a sale. I want to say maybe it was like 30% off. And previously, like the year before then, the MAC squirt balms were excluded from most sales. I think because they were just so popular. They were trying to, you know, hold out as long as they could because people probably were buying them full price. And it took also ages for Ulta to get them, period. And then definitely in store. Like I have like a pretty good size MAC section at my Ulta, and it took forever for them to get these. So I held out because y'all know I can do that because I'm so like, I must buy things on sale. So I got 3 of the squirt balms in, I can't remember if I have a video with these or not. Heat sensor. This is a very melty balm. It's just like Makeup by Mario, but I think that these are a little bit more sheer. This is Amped, which is a bright pink because I don't usually go for brights, but I did go for these because they are more sheer. And then this is a brown called Simulation, which I'm not normally a brown lip girly, but I thought this was a beautiful, cool brown. And I compared it to one of the Juvia's Place ones, and this was just much, much better. So I do think that these are a really nice formula. I would probably pick Mario over these because those are more pigmented. But you can see these are very messy and melty, but I still love them. Would recommend them. They do have some fun colors, but that blue, green, and purple, babes, they are not showing up blue, green, and purple. But I do think that these are very nice. But I know at this point we have a lot of different brands that make products like these, but MAC does go on sale relatively often. I think they're on sale right now, and they definitely will go like 40% off around Black Friday time. So if you can hold out, you can get a really good deal on MAC. Then I had placed a ColourPop order because I think they were 30% off as well, and there were several products I was interested in. I believe I got all 5 of these. So they had just added 3 new bright shades to their So Juicy Plumping Gloss Balm line. The other ones were a little bit more of like, was it a hot pink and like a hot red or something? But because I had just gotten these from MAC, I didn't get those, but I did get Passenger Princess, which is a really pretty pink color. I really love this formula, and hopefully in comparison you can see that this is more pigmented than MAC, but it is also very melty. I love this color. It's so cute. This is such a nice formula. It's plumping because it's cooling on the lips, but I think it's awesome. I love these so much. Great amount of pigment. They feel really nice on the lips. Then I had gotten one shade of the Plumping Glossy Lip Oil from the So Juicy line because the shades are very similar, or there's a couple colors that have more pigment than others. This is one of the more pigmented shades. It's Hits Diff. I love this formula. What I don't like is this stupid applicator because it's hard to get out of the packaging. It wants to like sploosh out. But I love this color. It's a great neutral, and this is a really nice formula. It's not too thin and slippery, but it's not too sticky. It's just like a little bit thicker on the lips, gives some great shine. I really do enjoy this and would love if they would add more shades, but I don't need more lip products. But I then decided to get 3 of the liquid blushes. I was only going to get 2, and then I was going to get another lip oil, but just from the swatches I've seen, they just were not different enough. And I have Thanks, Super Shy, and Angel Face. I wish I did not buy Angel Face. I wish instead that I had gotten Culver City, and I think I'm mad at myself I didn't look at more swatches because I ended up getting this one later from TikTok Shop actually, and it was still a good price, but this is actually something I'm going to be decluttering this month. It's a great formula. I love the formula. I love the packaging, but this color is just not me. But these other shades here, I mean, this is like Rare Beauty packaging. You've got the same applicator. They're very pigmented, but I feel like maybe they're a little bit easier to work with than Rare Beauty. But I just put this on the back of my hand, then pick it up with a beauty blender and apply it to my cheeks, and I think it's gorgeous. So I recommend all of these very much. They're so gorgeous. And then we have a flip order. It's my very first flip order, which is crazy because you guys know I was obsessed. I've slowed down over the past couple months because I now have just 30% off, which is still good, but the whole like on the house free gift section has been slacking. I fear they're just gonna get rid of it. The app has changed so much about what they're pushing out. You can post random videos and everybody is posting a random video. It is so hard to even find people actually posting reviews of the things that you can buy on there, which means also I'm not getting any views because there was a period where I was getting a lot of views and it's just not what it was. It's something that I think I am going to still buy from because 30% off is fantastic, and they get all the new products from Dibs, from Kosas, from ABH, Bare Minerals, Buxom, Sigma. They don't have a new eyeshadow palette yet, but everything else, Sigma, Lawless. So I am gonna keep up with this site because I will be purchasing my Sigma and my Lawless there, and Kosas. So let me know your thoughts. I would love if anybody wanted to sign up through me because we both get money to spend, at least $25, so that's amazing. But this was my first purchase. So I got the lip contour pencil in the, it's either fair or light. It doesn't say, but you know, the lightest color of the lip contour pencil. I think that this is really small, but they don't have a bigger size. They only have this one. And I feel like this color, I want to say almost looks too olivey to be a lip contour, but I bought it because I thought this was, you know, fun and unique. I definitely want to play around with this more. This is something that is in my chopping block because I just don't use it, but I would like to play around with something like that. But I do think it is a nice formula. And then I have one of the Dibs sticks. I now have 3 of them. The first color I got is 1.5. I wish I had gotten 3. So I love the blushes in all of these. This has like a cocoa type of scent, but the bronzer is not the best shade for me. So the blush is called Bloom Service. And then the bronzer is called Bronze Voyage. And I don't know, I feel like the bronzer is maybe like a bit too rosy on me. The blush is super beautiful though. But this might be something that I try to swap in my trades group if somebody would want this color, because I think 3, which I just played with that one yesterday, I think is more flattering on me. But I really like this formula a lot. They are nice and creamy. They don't set down, but they also aren't super dewy. They're just a creamy formula. I do think is quite nice. Then from Kulfi, I was sent one of their Lassie Lip Staining Lip Oil in Rose. It was really nice because I was able to pick out the shades, and Kulfi has been so nice to me with letting me get a product from each of their new launches. This is a gorgeous color. I am very impressed with this formula. Very similar to all of the K-Beauty lip stains, the Rare Beauty, NYX, all the different brands out there, but this is actually a light lip stain. It's a cooler tone, although I feel like, you know, it does end up looking maybe slightly warmer as it dries down, but this stays mostly true to color. The stain's a little bit darker, but it doesn't go hot pink, which I think is really impressive. This is a comfortable formula, really gorgeous. Definitely would recommend. And then I had gotten a Buxom collection. I will have my video with it down below because we had these 3 lippies plus a lip liner, an eyeliner, and a palette. So I do not think Buxom has good eyeshadows. I find them to be very dusty. They aren't very metallic. You really need a cream shadow to have them adhere to the lid. I really would love for them to work on that formula because I just don't think it's good. The pencil liner had glitter in it and it would break every time I used it, so I got rid of that. The lip liner broke on me a little bit, but it was just a very, very pale blue tone, purpley pink, which I did not think was flattering. And then we have the full-on satin lipstick in Pink Crush. This is not my favorite type of shade either. It's still a little Barney purpley for me, but I do think this is a great formula. I love the shape of the bullet because this is very easy to line and fill in your lips with this. So love that formula. Then we had a lip polish in Golden Dolly. A pretty color, but more of a topper, which is not something that I really use. So this is something that I am going to be decluttering. But what I'm going to be keeping from this collection, my favorite thing would be the lip cream in Berry Spritz. This is a vampy color for me, but wow, is it stunning. And I will wear this on its own. That way it's not too much. Absolutely love. And you might be able to still find this collection on Flip if you were interested in any of these shades, but I just love Buxom so much and it just is so amazing to me that they send me PR. I'm so thankful. Then I had a couple things from Skeepers, and unfortunately this was back when some asshole came and stole my mail. I had 5 Skeepers packages. I remember what they were, and it's so sad because if you got something from Skeepers once, you cannot get it again if it posts. Glossier Balm.com in the mint that I've wanted to try for years, the One Size Beauty Oil Sucker Primer, Belief Aqua Bomb SPF, and then 2 Herbivore products. I want to say a cleanser and a serum that seemed amazing for my skin type. So it was like big F you to this lady. And I hope that she had dry skin, and I hope that the oil sucker made her look like a reptile, because like what a piece of crap, because she also did it again months later. Now I'm absolutely paranoid, and I have my neighbors come out and get the mail as soon as possible whenever we're out of town. I hate her. I hate her. But anyway, I then only had a couple Skeepers products from that month because everything else was stolen. So first from Vegamore, this is their Derma Roller, and I'm going to tell you, I haven't really used this very much because I'm scared of it, but it does seem like this is safe to use, and it's to help, you know, stimulate the scalp and be good for putting on the hair serum afterwards, which I do, you know, I just opened up a new container of their Grow Advanced Line Scalp Serum. So I need to use these in combination. I do think it's a nice product if you're interested. And I feel like because it's from a hair care brand, I trust it more than some random Amazon thing. But, you know, I need to use it more. But what was exciting is I did get the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Sugar Cookie. I just used this up recently. This is amazing. I will repurchase this. It is so incredibly finely milled, makes my skin look so smooth. It's not oil controlling specifically, but I do feel like it helps. And it just feels so lightweight on the skin, but actually sets well. I moved on to a different powder from Makeup Forever that felt so heavy and cakey on my skin afterwards. I still really love my Derma Blend, and I think I maybe am just more loyal to that one and love it maybe a tinge more, but I do think that this one is amazing. Would be very happy to have again. And then from Amika, I had selected a shampoo and conditioner, and then they sent me a texturizing spray instead. It's over there. But it is something that I am decluttering because I never use texture sprays, and they did end up making it right and sending the shampoo and conditioner. So was a bit of a fiasco, but I'm sorry I talk so fast, my camera's trying to die. But those are my thoughts on all the products I brought into my life last year. I feel like mostly wins, which I'm really happy to see, but I would be very curious to hear your thoughts if you tried out any of these products. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.